Dear brothers and sisters, today is Sunday, 5th Sunday of Easter, May 10th. And today, in the readings that the Church presents to us, we have a message to help us in our Christian life. In the first reading from the Acts of the Apostles, we heard how the first Christian community experienced a moment of crisis, of difficulty. There were some people in need that were being neglected and some other people complaining. And how did the apostles solve this issue? Maybe there was some resentment, there was some anger and suffering. How did they solve this issue of a crisis within their community? They prayed and also they acted with charity. And I would like to propose for you and for me, this is the way to come out of our crisis when there is a big difficulty, problem, suffering. I invite you to do these two things, to pray and then to act with charity, and we will be in a good path. In the second reading from St. Peter, there is a saying here very telling. It says, "The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone." And we know that the stone is Jesus Christ. Who is the builders? We are the builders. We are trying to build our happiness. We are trying to build our lives in such a way that we are happy. But we have put other type of pillars or stones, our passions, our desires, our own will, possessions, pleasure, comfort. And have we ever built this happiness? No. If we are honest with ourselves, we have not built the happiness we wanted. And now this is a good news for all of us. It is Jesus Christ that when we have seen that the idols do not give a happiness, He wants to be the cornerstone. He wants to be the pillar upon which we build our happiness. It means obedience to the Lord, following what the Lord tells us, and inviting us to be consecrated to Him, so much so that the reading says, you are being built into a spiritual house. We are the new temple of the Lord, the Christians, to offer spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ. What is this spiritual sacrifice? You know, in the Old Testament they used to do sacrifices with animals, but what is the sacrifice that God wants? A humble and contrite heart, and the sacrifice of praise. This is the best we can offer to the Lord. And everything that we do, everything that to offer it to the Lord as a work of love, whether small or big, this is what is pleasing in His eyes. Also, this reading told us that the Lord has called us out of darkness. It is true, the darkness of our own sins, the darkness of our own confusion when we're hurting others and hurting ourselves, and now into the wonderful light which is to live in His presence with no duplicity, with no hypocrisy, and with true conversion of heart, obeying Him. In the Gospel, Jesus says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in me." And in the Spanish translation, it says, "Do not lose your peace." We live in a time where it is easy to lose our peace, to be troubled, seeing all the sufferings that surround us, our worries, fears, preoccupation, anguish. And there are sufferings that are external, our financial situation, our health, and there are problems in the family, whatever. And there are also problems or suffering inside of us. We feel lonely, we feel neglected, we feel that nobody cares for us, we feel sad, we feel frustrated, we want to give up, we're despairing or whatever. And it is there that the Lord wants to come and say, "I am with you. Do not lose your peace. Have faith in me," which is, know that I will help you. He says, "I am the way. I am the way for those who are sad to become joyful. I am the way for those who today are hating themselves to come out of this. I am the way for those who are in sin to come out of sin. I am the way for those who are experiencing any suffering to be relieved. I am the way to go from death to life. I am the way for those who are in a slavery of a sin to come out into freedom. I am the way to reconciliation. I am the way to be healed from past wounds. I am the way to be happy. I am the truth, says Jesus. What is the truth? The truth is I am not God. He is God. But I wanted to be God. So I need to discover my truth, which is I do not have the means to make myself happy. I do not have the means to control my life. It is He who is God, who can control my life and can have a plan, and it's a good plan, a master plan of goodness towards me and towards all humanity. We just follow and obey Him. The Second Vatican Council says that Jesus revealed man to himself. What is our vocation? What is the purpose of our life? And what is the purpose of our life, in fact? To do things? We were all busy to do things until coronavirus struck, and now we cannot do many of the things we did. And we feel a little bit lost. But why do we do the things we do? What is the purpose of our life? The Christian answer is to love, to be loved by the Lord, by our environment, and to love. And we see what it means to be a human person by looking at Jesus Christ, how He loved. Love one another as I have loved you. This is the mission, this is the program the Lord invites us to follow. And Jesus said, the way, the truth, and the life. Which life? Life, if you have life within you, it means that something is moving within you. Hopes, strength, generosity is the divine life that the Lord gives us. Has come to give you life and life in abundance. And so if we have life inside, we can give life to other people. We can give happiness to other people. We can love other people. And this life that Christ gives us doesn't run out. We need to receive from Him. We are not the source of this life. We receive from the Lord. But also, it helps us to love the others, to endure suffering, an indestructible seed of life in us that no problem, no suffering can destroy. So let us welcome this word that calls us to have faith in the Lord, to follow Him, and the Lord will give us all the graces necessary for our good and for our happiness.